we go, Tim. Keyshawn Davis trying to get himself to 9-0 and make another statement.
You both had your instructions, so you know what I expect. A clean championship fight. Obey my commands and protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck to both of you.
I can't wait for Keyshawn Davis to come out. He told us in the fighter meetings yesterday exactly what he's going to do. He said he was going to come out and put the heat on Patera right away, right from the opening bell. Let's see if he stays true to that.
What's the opposite in Francesco Patera?
Patera's a boxer, savvy boxer, fights off his back foot. You know, sneaky. If you allow him to gain confidence, if you allow him to start getting in his rhythm and finding his mark, he can become somewhat of a sore thumb in there. He has a lot of experience against top opposition. In tests, in the fighter meetings, in the fighter meeting we had yesterday, he had a lot of confidence going into this fight.
Well, he's got a lot of experience, to your point. 7 times he has gone the 12-round distance. This 10-round co-feature before we get to the return of George Kambosos. He's going up against the veteran from England, Maxie Hughes, in an IBF title eliminator. Davis, the 2021 Olympic silver medalist. Davis has been fast-tracked and has been so impressive. He came out with the statement last time. He said, listen, I don't want any more development kind of fights. Sitting here at 24 years old. You know, it's Timmy, we think of him a certain way because obviously he stayed in the amateurs to get to the Olympics and win the silver medal in 21. And he's 8-0. He's the same age as Devin Haney.
Yeah.
Keyshawn.
Yeah, I understand that. And Devin Haney has accomplished a lot, but Devin Haney, he started his career off, you know, when he was 16 years old, fighting in Mexico. Exactly. So he has a ton of experience, and he's kind of built his resume up. Whereas Keyshawn Davis, what's the rush for? Honestly, take your time. You know, build your market, build your fan base, because when you get to that title shot and you become a world champion, you want to be selling out arenas.
Double jab, straight right hand, was able to split the guard against Patera.
Yeah, you can see the speed already. Starting to take control of this fight. Patera already is just basically right now trying to find an opportunity to land a shot. Keyshawn is putting a lot of pressure on him, which is physical pressure and also mental pressure, and hitting him upside his head at the same time. So Patera's dealing with a whole lot right now. And Keyshawn is staying relaxed, poised, under control, and just picking his spots wisely. Good combination right there from Patera. Nothing landed at all, but I'm pretty sure it put some sort of impression on the judges' faces.
End of round 1 of our co-feature. Round number 2 against Patera.
Patera now has changed his game plan. Now he's coming after Keyshawn. First round, he was fighting off his back foot. Now he's deciding to put a little bit more offense up, maybe step on the tempo, but what that's going to do is that's going to open him up. Keyshawn is a counterpuncher, a natural counterpuncher. He can fight off his front foot. He can fight off his back foot. He can do a little bit of everything.
There's a 2-division world champion, Shakur Stevenson, who just entered the building as he's walking past our set and making his way ringside, talking about stars in the lightweight division. Shakur Stevenson could greatly benefit from the news we're hearing about Devin Haney. We will talk to Shakur a little later on.
Keyshawn's the type of fighter to take his time. He's not going to rush things. I know what he told us in the fighter meeting. He came out aggressive, but he didn't land too much offense being aggressive. He's in there with a savvy veteran in Patera, but he takes his time. And once he starts finding his mark and he starts to break down Patera little by little, you'll see more and more offense coming from him.
placing that right hand to the body. He's targeting that body for a moment is Davis.
See, but Patera, he needs to get on his jab. You know, the space between the two, there's nothing being occupied. You know, if he uses his jab, now he gives Keyshawn something to worry about. Good body shot right there on the exit.
Keyshawn backed up. Patera came with the right hand.
See, but that's cutting off the ring, believe it or not. You're punching where your opponent is going. That's a part of cutting off the ring. You can corral your opponent by stepping in front of him and put him in against the ropes, or you can punch where he's going.
See how calm Davis is defensively in that last exchange. Utilizing the jab himself.
Well, that's the reason why he feels that he's ready for 12 rounds, is so he remains so calm in there. He can turn it up when he wants to. Right now, he's playing mind games. That's what he's doing. He's playing mind games with Patera. Patera's coming forward now, trying to get aggressive and trying to just change the tempo, put the heat on the young man.
Back, you guys.
But Davis doing a good job right there, showing that he's tactically savvy and tying up Patera and not allowing him to work.
End of 2. Our co-feature right now, Keyshawn Davis and Francesco Patera. And then, of course, our lightweight title eliminator, a huge opportunity for Maxie Hughes and George Kambosos to end up in the top 2 in the IBF. Davis with a 20-10 connect advantage as we begin round number 3.
Davis using the first down of defense, Tess. He's just using his legs, getting out of range, letting Patera fall short with his shots, and just looking for some openings.
Bernardo Osuna, of course, our ace ringside reporter. What are they saying in the corner of Patera?
I just spoke with his brother Biagio, and he told me, look, I want my brother to keep boxing. I want him to make sure that his opponent is not able to just get one shot off, because that's what he's looking for. So if we keep pressuring him and bring up the pace of the fight, that's going to work in our favor.
Like what we just saw moments ago, even though nothing was landed, just tripling up the jab can be somewhat effective for him.
Yeah, it definitely can. I mean, it gives him a sense of confidence. At the same time, he's letting his hands go, and you see your opponent not letting his hands go. But you got to say, Keyshawn is just being calculated tonight. Not sure if he's having a hard time finding the rhythm of Patera, but he found his mark right there, I have to say.
Well, isn't it interesting how he can switch gears there? And just in that moment, he can close the gap, he can give angles, and he can get the shots off.
Yes. Great eyes, great vision.
He does. And he's very twitchy, too. He is a quick twitch athlete. There's a right hand to the body that was effective.
But Patera's not bad also. You know, he's well put together. He had his hands up. Looked like a real pro, has a ton of experience. You know, he's in there trying. He's just getting outgunned in spots. It's more the technical thing. He's getting beat technically right now.
Patera hasn't lost in his last 10 fights. Was in against Edis Tatley in 2017. Lost by split decision then. Of course, we saw Tatley at Madison Square Garden just a couple years later. His first fight in the United States. Lives in Belgium. His family's originally from Italy. He's born and raised in Belgium.
That's it right there, Tess. I mean, the jab. Not seeing a whole lot of jabs coming from Keyshawn. And when he uses jab, it lands.
Back up, Keyshawn. Okay.
Defeated Keyshawn Davis against Francesco Patera as we begin round number 4. Mark Kriegel, how do you score it early?
I got 3 rounds to none for Keyshawn. Look, Keyshawn's a notoriously impatient fighter when it comes to his career. He's been very patient tonight. He's got Patera chasing, and Patera's not a chaser. And when Patera misses, he misses by a lot, which tells me that Keyshawn has a really fair handle on how to maintain distance.
Notoriously impatient, Mark describes him. Like this past April, when we saw him win by TKO against a former title challenger in Anthony Yiga, and he immediately called for a title shot. Immediately called for a title shot.
Well,
listen, he passes the eye test, but there isn't a need for that right away. Although when you see the talent and when you see what he's capable of, you understand why people talk about him the way they do.
I just want to know why he's fighting back foot most of this fight or this round so far. Keyshawn, you know, you're fighting against a boxer. You know, somebody's going to have to choose who's going to fight, who's going to sit on the back foot and counter and occasionally move forward, or who's going to fight. Right now, we're starting to see some offense from Keyshawn. But again, no jabs, a lot of waiting, a lot of posing.
And there's a live look of what is going on in the locker room of the recent undisputed lightweight champion. George Kambosos, surrounded by his family, takes great pride in his family. A Greek Aussie. He's got that Spartan war cry tattooed across his back. Never retreat, never surrender. And he is in a position in his career now where there will be no retreat. Of course, after pulling off one of the great upsets in recent years when he beat Teofimo Lopez, and then the back-to-back fights against Devin Haney, giving way of the 4 belts, and now in a position with news we're getting that there's the expectation that Haney moves to 140 pounds. The dominoes fall at the lightweight division. Belts open back up. This a title eliminator, so he could be in contention to fight for a title again soon if he can get past Maxie Hughes in our main event. Keyshawn coming forward, just missed with the right hand.
Yeah, this quintessential Keyshawn Davis. This is the way he approaches every single fight. He takes his time. He's patient. Once he starts feeling his man starting to kind of come down with energy a little bit, then he presses on the gas pedal. But I think Patera, he's here to win.
Oh, absolutely.
Speaking with him in the fighter meeting, he told us that he trained for this fight. He knew sooner or later he was going to get in the ring with Keyshawn. He says, I have the experience, but there you go. Here comes Keyshawn.
4-punch combination, picking up the pace just a little bit. Patera tries to rally back, closing moments in round number 4. Take a quick break, be right back with the lunging left hand.
Stay there to the bell.
You're able to see that great work on that split box during the commercial break of what Keyshawn Davis was able to do in the final minute against Patera. He outlanded him 18-5 in that round, according to CompuBox. The CompuBox numbers, the superlatives when it comes to Keyshawn Davis, have been something. Early on in his career, this is fight number 9, he's never been outlanded in terms of total connects in now all 46 rounds as a pro.
I got it. Step back.
No, honestly, I mean, you can see the professionalism in Keyshawn.
Stop. No, be careful. Don't punch.
And the dedication from this young man, you know, in the training. I can see his defense is getting a lot better. Defensive skills are getting a lot better.
That's a point of emphasis tonight.
Yes,
Every time you go to the corner and listen in to Brian McIntyre, Bomac, his trainer, also the trainer of welterweight champion Bud Crawford, he says just keep the defense tight, especially when you're going back, keep those hands up.
Thing is like,
just punch.
When you're watching the Keyshawn fight, you're sitting here and you're saying, okay, what's special about the kid? What's special about the kid? You know, you see the arsenal, but you don't see nothing really glaring at you. And then all of a sudden, when he chooses to turn it on, something magical just happens. I'm just waiting for that moment to happen right now, Tess, in any of these rounds.
Look at the confidence as he's using the upper body movement, using his legs defensively, able to get out of the way of anything Patera put forth.
Yeah, reflexes as well, great vision. But see, when Patera misses with all those shots, that takes something out of him.
Yes, it does.
He's throwing punches, shadow boxing at the air. He's not hitting anything. That energy is not going anywhere. And now Keyshawn push and pull. Now Keyshawn is pushing forward now.
Doubles up the left uppercut. He's had success when he's had him up against the ropes, and Patera decides to cover up. Now back to the center of the ring. You can hear Bomac saying, take the speed up on him.
Good shots right there from Patera. Caught Keyshawn out of position, playing around a little bit.
Yep.
He just let those hands go and caught him with that right hand.
He was over-leaning to that right side,
right
with that
side,
shoulder
yep.
roll, and he decided, okay, I'll close the gap on that if it's not going to be a threat.
Yes.
No knockdown. You good? Keep your hair.
Mark Nelson, our referee, just cleaning things up after that slip against the ropes.
Break, don't punch. Step back.
Coming to the halfway point of our co-feature here in Oklahoma.
Time, don't punch.
Here at the Fire Lake Arena, Shawnee, Oklahoma. Top-ranked boxing on ESPN. Very good stretch of boxing coming your way as we're in the midst of seeing Keyshawn Davis at the halfway mark against Francesco Patera with a 62-31 connect advantage. Doubling him up, we told you he has a superb CompuBox mark. He came into this with a 4.9-to-1 ratio of outlanding his opponents so far early in his career. As we're at the halfway mark, and I think anytime you get these rising star prospects, fringe contenders, and you think about the levels today and who they're in against, how much of a test is Patera in your mind to this point?
He has a ton of experience, and that's what you're saying right now. And I think Keyshawn is surprised of how well and how savvy Patera is. He has him running on his back foot, getting out in spots, making him uncomfortable, catching him with spots when he least expected.
See what's coming your way Tuesday. Mention what a big stretch it is for boxing and top-ranked boxing on ESPN. It doesn't get better than that. Tuesday morning, July 25th, Stephen Fulton against Naoya Inoue. Fulton, of course, the unified champion at 122 pounds. Inoue, arguably the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world, the undisputed champion at 118. Moving up, and they decide to fight each other right away. That fight will come your way Tuesday morning. It's in Tokyo, so it'll be 4:30 a.m. Eastern time. We'll begin the fight coverage. We think approximately 8 a.m. Eastern time will be the title fight between Cool Boy Steph and the monster Naoya Inoue. Cannot wait for that fight.
He's special. Both those guys are special. Fulton and Inoue. We're going to find out who's the best between those two real soon.
We know fight fans will be getting up early. Breakfast with the monster and Cool Boy Steph. And by the way, if you can't see it at that hour, we get it. It's a Tuesday morning. The fight's in Tokyo primetime. If you can't see it at that hour, the fight will be available to you on ESPN Plus. So you want to watch it a little later on, get home. Fulton Inoue, just go to ESPN Plus for a full replay of that fight on Tuesday, July 25th.
Woo! Left hook wobbled those legs on Keyshawn.
There have been some moments from Patera.
Yes, yes. Sneaky left hook.
And now the combination starts upstairs and finishes to the body. But Patera's been game. He's willing to step right into that kitchen just through the right hand moments ago.
Yeah, but that's what happens when you're playing around. When you're playing around and you're goofing off and you're not being serious and you're not fighting, you leave room for mistakes.
Obey the bell here.
Patera doing a good job of taking advantage of that.
And right now we are in round number 7. Keyshawn Davis, at moments he has been tested tonight from the veteran, the 30-year-old, 28-win veteran Francesco Patera.
Let your hands go.
Davis, the U.S. Olympic silver medalist, came in 8-0 in a red-hot division. I mean, this lightweight division, Tim, at every level of it, whether it's the undisputed title fights we've seen recently, the contenders, Shakur Stevenson is sitting here ringside tonight, all the way through the prospects. At every level of 135 pounds, the lightweight division is delivering.
It's on fire. The best division in boxing.
By far. Bernardo, what is Bomac saying in the corner of Keyshawn Davis?
He wants Keyshawn to get busier because he said, look, Patera over the last couple rounds has landed some BS shots that look really good for the judges, so we've got to correct that and get active.
See, and that's exactly what he needs to do. You know, he was allowing Patera to let his hands go. Yes, he was missing, but sooner or later something got in there. What Keyshawn needs to do is he needs to counter some of those shots. And if he counters often, then he'll shut down Patera.
Right hand to the body, then came upstairs. Here, Bomac saying 2 and 3 off the jab. See if he comes with that right cross, left hook finish. After getting some work, there's a short counter right hand from Keyshawn Davis. And now doubling up that jab as he sends Patera back.
Patera just looking for the low points in the offense of Keyshawn. That's it.
Just fill those gaps.
That's it. That's all he's looking for. Keyshawn needs to get a little bit more on his offense. He's starting to pour it on now and putting the pressure on Patera. And see, and that's what you want to do. You want to drain your man physically and also psychologically as well by putting the pressure on him, making him make mistakes, forcing those mistakes out of him. Good shot right there.
There's
right
a 1-2. The right hand over the top was able to land for Davis.
A ton of missed opportunities for Keyshawn to counter. Patera's giving him those opportunities, but Keyshawn is not pulling the trigger on him.
Keep pushing. Keep pushing. Behind a good jab. Behind a good jab.
Good stab jab down to the body right there. Got Patera's attention. That's one way to slow down your opposition. That hurt him. You see him backpedaling and getting out. That hurt him.
No doubt about it. Back here in Shawnee, Oklahoma. Keyshawn Davis with a 91-41 connect advantage. That stab jab to the body that you pointed out at the end of the last round.
Yeah, and it hurt Patera. You know, I saw the reaction. You know, body language tells you everything. You see that right arm right there tucked down to his side. That tells you right there that he hurt him with that shot.
And then the 5 steps backwards to follow up. Just create some distance there. We'll try to walk that off. Mark Kriegel, what's your card say?
Mike. Shutout 7-0. But at the end of the 5th round, Bomac told Keyshawn, hey, you've got to dominate the entire round. And I saw 5 and 6 get closer and closer. I think that one of the things that Keyshawn's coming up against is not just a lack of a complete aggression, but something with imagination. He needs just a little bit more here. He has to dominate the entire round if he wants to send the right statement.
Mark, you mentioned rounds 5 and 6. He was raising up the pace of his action up to the 4th round. He threw 51 punches, but then came down a little bit in round 5 and 6, throwing 37 and 39 punches in those 2 rounds. Round number 8 here now scheduled for 10. Then we will have our main event. Maxie Hughes taking on George Kambosos, a lightweight title eliminator. Of course, come Tuesday morning, it is the unified junior featherweight champion, Stephen Fulton, taking on the ultimate challenge when he goes up against the monster. For many, pound for pound, the #1 fighter in the world, Naoya Inoue. That is on ESPN Plus early Tuesday morning. 2 right hands from Davis.
Well, he's starting to find his mark now. Got his timing down. And he's gets Patera exactly where he needs him.
Oh, and he scores the knockdown. Just like you said, when he decides to go for it, he finds it.
You good? Walk to me. You want to continue?
50 seconds left in round number 8. Keyshawn, let's see how he closes against a veteran like this. Staying calm right now, not rushing into things after scoring the knockdown. Probes to the body, goes with the left hook underneath. Half a minute to go in round number 8. Patera floored moments ago. Now the headshots upstairs. Left hook to the body at the end of that combination. Patera firing back. Double jab right hand of his own. Posting is Keyshawn with the left, looking to fire the right to the body. Patera gamely fighting right to the bell after being floored. Blood coming from his nose.
This is exactly what I was talking about. You see the defense right there from the young man, Keyshawn Davis, just rolling his shoulders, letting that right hand go, shoulder roll, beautiful right hand, catching Patera on his way in, standing with his right hand. Look at that. Textbook.
That is textbook.
Textbook Floyd Mayweather shoulder roll.
In round number 8, a fight high 27 punches landed, 68 thrown. 18 of those connects were power punches. So Keyshawn Davis in complete control here.
See, what I like in the demeanor of Patera is that although he did get dropped in that last round, he's coming out and he's being the aggressor.
No, that's okay.
That's experience. He's not allowing Keyshawn to set up shop on him and gain any more confidence after that last round. So he's stepping to him and giving him something to worry about.
Well, he said, I will not be intimidated by this challenge. I came here to the States to show myself. He just caught another right hand. You can see some markings around under the eyes, blood coming from the nose, another combination that finishes to the body, but still he's trying to fire back.
Patera's still dangerous. Still got some heavy shots. Technique hasn't went by the wayside yet. Still throwing some left hooks and looping right hands, and he's trying to time Keyshawn. He wants him to get over inches, or he's trying to catch him in between his punches. That's why you're seeing Keyshawn taking his time, picking his spots. He's not rushing his attack, even though he had his man hurt the last round, because he knows he's dangerous.
Patera goes to the body with a left hand.
We'd love to see more body work from Keyshawn. Not enough body work, I don't believe, tonight.
Able to lift his head moments ago. You can see a little blood in the mouth of Patera.
See that shot right there, the left hook that got in for Patera? That's what I'm talking about. Still throwing heat, still throwing fire at Keyshawn, and Keyshawn has to worry about that. Good right hand.
Well timed.
Yes.
Beating him to the punch.
Nice step back.
And now closes the gap behind the jab. Cuts off the ring well as well. Double left uppercut, left hook. A flurry of headshots comes in. Short right hand on the inside.
Oh, better keep his defense
Patera
tight. Nice.
with a right hand of his own. And then tries to wrap around with body shots. Comes in with a left hand as well. Give the veteran credit. As now he steps to Keyshawn Davis. As Patera steps to him in the end of round number 9. Very game is the veteran from Belgium.
This is great experience for Keyshawn.
These are the kind of steps, the kind of rungs on the ladder that you want to take. Opponents that can serve you well.
Touch him up.
Keyshawn Davis scored the knockdown in round number 8. He has been in total control of the veteran Francesco Patera, who has been game, who has been tough, who has fired back, but he has dominated with a 143-53 connect advantage. We listened in to what Brian Bomack McIntyre had to say to Keyshawn in terms of how to close things here. He said, box and let's get out smooth. If something presents itself, fine, but box and get out of here smooth.
I don't think Keyshawn wants to do that. I think Keyshawn is looking for the knockout. He's going about it responsibly, but coming out with that firepower that he just landed tells me that he's looking for the knockout.
First time he has seen the 10th round in his young pro career. Body shot, you could hear the thud there. It's that right hand got around the left elbow of Patera.
Seeing Patera, he fires back, and he's defensively responsible, too. A lot of those shots are grazing blows, and yes, some are getting in, but that's what Keyshawn is feeling as well. He's feeling that pressure. He's feeling that heat coming back, which is good for him. It's good for his young career. I know he's in a rush. I know he wants to get to the World Championship, but take your time, son. Continue to hone your skills. It's important. So you don't want to just get to the World Championship. You want to hold on to that championship as long as you can.
Oh, good timing on the inside. 2 counters. One was the left uppercut. The other one was a right hand that was generated from only about 5 inches away.
In between the punches.
Punching between punches, inside fighting.
Nice little shoulder roll right there from Patera, trying to take a page out of Keyshawn's book. Fighters, we tend to do monkey see, monkey do. We see a guy do one thing, we'll say, you know what, you reminded me. Yeah, I could do that too. Patera doing everything he can to keep Keyshawn up off of him. Oh, big shot right there. Left hook.
Right uppercut, right over the top comes in from Keyshawn Davis.
And then you see Patera come right back with his offense.
I know that he mentioned recently that he doesn't want any more development fights. But getting developed at this stage is for a reason. And Patera offered that up to him tonight, and it served him well, Timmy.
Yes, absolutely.
Here inside the Fire Lake Arena, we go to the judges' scorecards for the official decision. Mike Bauer and David Sutherland both score the bout 100-89. Joseph Mason has it 99-90 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still U.S., WBC, and WBO Intercontinental Lightweight Champion, Keyshawn Davis!
Keyshawn Davis, 162 total connects tonight to Patera's 61. Knockdown scored in round 8, and unanimous decision win.